This reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for July 2020. And in the first week here, the 1st through the 4th, we have the Six of Wands with the King of Cups. So this week to me is wonderful. It looks like you're going to have some recognition of, job well done, recognition for some type of, wonderful experience that you've put yourself out into the world where you're willing to be seen, where you're not afraid to be seen, where you are under the limelight a bit. I can never say like how big or small the group is that is seeing you, and it might just be one person, or it could be that you've completed a good job that was maybe even a little stressful to get through, and now you can pat yourself on the back because it's done. Now, coupled with the King of Cups, this looks to me like, there's some spiritual energy here that has moved, and now you're much more in your emotional intelligence. This does have to do with all types of, therapists and doctors, even lawyers sometimes, but people that are in the caring type of, professions. So it's possible that if you're a professional, therapist of any type, any type of a spiritual therapist even, that you will be seen this week for your caring, for your deep care, and for your deep understanding of the situation. And so that's wonderful. Now, this is also the card that correlates with, and as well as the Queen of Cups too, that correlates with all nurses, of course, and doctors as well, especially. So anyone in the caring profession, just imagine that anyone who puts themselves out there in order to help others feel better, heal in any way. That which doesn't mean that the other kings and queens of the other elements they can also be doctors as well, doctors and surgeons and things like that. But within this realm, there's a lot more care around how a person emotionally feels. So that's wonderful. I think there's something that will occur this week where you will be seen for your deep care. Okay, now moving into the second week, we're dealing with the 5th to the 11th, and we have the 8 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. So the 8 of Wands is, that shows a lot of energy coming at you or coming out of you. And coupled with the 3 of Cups, it has to do with, it could be something to do with a party, but it's definitely at least your community or people around you that you care about, and people that care about you. It's, sisterhood, brotherhood here, you can see. And with the 8 of Wands, sometimes it's messages that come your way. Sometimes it's a lot of documents that will help you form a group that you've been working with, or that will feed the group that you've been working with. Information that has been shared by a lot of people, and now you guys get to filter it through and see what works for you. But it's very supportive. But it can come all at once, and it can sometimes be a little bit, like where you need help to process it through and get it into the right channels and decide what you want to keep, with it, and then pass it on. And then moving into the third week, this is the 12th to the 18th here. Now, it looks like a continuation of all the work. The 8 of Pentacles has to do with, it's a card that rules apprenticing and interns, but it's also the card of, honoring your craft and working with all your tools. It may very well be that there was a lot of work the first couple weeks, and this week you're still working, you're still integrating it through, and you're bringing it into the levels where it really helps your family and extended family and beyond. And there's a level of attainment here, a level of completion, where you know you're proud of yourself and you can be happy about what you've accomplished. So this is beautiful to have the 8 coupled with the, well, if 8, 9, 10, these are all wonderful cards within the Pentacles. Now the Pentacles also rule, you know, your values. So this could be working on projects that matter to you, and then the 10 of Pentacles can be bringing things in to completion, because these are the things that really matter to you. Your family really matters to you. Your financial future matters to you. Your material resources all matter. So that's wonderful for that week. Okay, now moving into the 4th week, the 19th to the 25th, it looks like with the 2 of Pentacles combined with the 9 of Cups, there's some juggling. There's a little bit of negotiation, maybe. Be careful about manipulating or being manipulated, in the worst sense of the, you know, the card that could play out that way. And to be careful not to be spinning too many plates, you know. But if you can do that, if you can balance out your resources and be careful of, you know, anybody taking advantage of you, and you being very careful to not, you know, take advantage of somebody else, you know, because that can happen unconsciously where we don't realize it. But the more we can do that, and we can balance out our material resources and create win-win situations, then we create real fulfillment, which is what this card is all about. This is the, you know, the hopes and wishes card, you know, like you got it. It's come through. You know, you've definitely attained what you were going after, and to remind you with the little treasure chest here that there's always more, but your treasure is within. You know, the buried treasure is within, and when you do all the work to uncover, then it can flow, you know, freely and move out and create more and more and more. And then moving into the last week of the month, the 26th through the 31st, we have the 8 of Pentacles again. So it looks to me like a work month, you know, a lot of work, but good. You know, there's nothing, I don't see any challenges here. This would be the most challenging card, and it's not that challenging at all. So with the 8 of Pentacles again, coupled with the Chariot, it looks like there's you know, more work that's continuing on, you know, and we never stop our work. You know, this is our day-to-day, you know, earthly realm of getting things right, mastering our craft, looking for new things even, and trying it out, and then getting it right, and you just keep on and on. There's, you know, the circular movement here, as there are with all the 8s. And then from that, we can move forward in a whole new way. With the Chariot, that's the major, one of the major arcana, so it's the gateway of coming from your center. If you can come from your center and not be, you know, too thrown about, and not move too fast, you know, then you can move forward in life and get to where you want to be. This can sometimes be your car, your vehicle, truck, you know, any type of vehicle. Could even be a skateboard for that matter, or a razor or whatever, you know, scooter of any kind. Usually, well, it could be your own vehicle, the vehicle of your body moving through life. So, you know, just to take it with a grain of salt as to like what it actually is, and then you guys let me know later on. But with the coupled with the 8 of Pentacles, it looks to me like there's some level of mastery and a you know, accomplishment here, and then you can move forward and go towards what you really, really want. And the only challenge is just to not move too quickly and not be impulsive about it. And because this is one of the will cards, you know, like your self-will, you have to be careful that you come from your inner being, where, you know, your ego is put in the service of your higher self. And so from there, you know when to take a break and pause, especially if you've been working really hard. I mean, we've got quite a bit of work, you know, energy here. So in you Capricorns, I mean, I know that a little bit about myself. I have Mars in Capricorn, and tend to go through periods where we learn the downside of workaholism. So, you know, we live and learn and we heal and we move forward. So that's the way this week could play out, is where now on one level it can be lots of hard work and then putting it out there, and then hopefully you can rest. But to work at it from a different angle where you're more balanced and centered, then we can stay out of any tendencies for a crash and burn, you know, which does not, you know, indicate coming from like a healthy, balanced ego. And sometimes just like 5 minutes of rest can be all you need, you know, 5 or 10, 15 minutes of rest, or just to give yourself breaks and let yourself, you know, let yourself rest in your center, and then moving forward through life, in your life, through that that balanced place will get you where you want to actually go. Now, on another level, this could play out as dealing with all the details, because this is a very detail-oriented card as well, to go on a trip, maybe a road trip, because you know, this can definitely relate to a vehicle. So if that comes through, it looks like, if that's what you're working on this week, it looks like, you know, you'll get all the details together and it'll be a wonderful experience. And then just, you know, just be careful about speeding. That's it. You know, who cares? I mean, who wants a ticket? You know, who cares to have that kind of experience? So, yeah, I think that's it. I don't really see anything else I want to say, other than you know, there's a nice balance that with the cups and the pentacles, they complement each other, those elements, you know, like the water needs the structure of the riverbank, you know, to hold it. Otherwise it would just dissipate and be gone. So there's a nice, like, notice how you have a really nice balance here. And there's not a lot of like mental, stressful type of energy at all. We have a lot of life force, you know, spiritual force energy here, and then the emotional and the mastery of the physical realm to bring it forward. Again, the only thing I would say, if there is any little bit to be careful of this month, is just don't move too fast. And take time for breaks, and especially to be with people that you love. You know, whether if it's just on the phone or hanging out or text or whatever, just, you know, check in with all your relationships and you know, the people that matter to you most, and then move forward, but not too quickly. Okay, I think that's it. Be sure to watch your videos for your other, you know, your ascendant and your moon sign, whichever videos correlate to that. And thank you for subscribing and liking. I so appreciate it. And I'll be back next month. Okay, meanwhile, take good care.